Alright, I think I have a pause. A pause from squeaking. The squeaking is never gonna stop.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, I would like to say that I'm sleep driving. I'm just kidding.
My wife refused to let me drive because she wants us to die.
No, I wanted to drive first because I know that after our appointment, I am going to be a zombie. I'm on no sleep. You had at least 5 hours. We're on our way to the clinic.
Again.
We're going twice this week. Today, we are going with all of our meds. Got them in the back.
Oh, yeah, let's show that.
Everything that needs to be refrigerated is in the cooler. I feel like we're transporting an organ.
Pretty much.
I don't know why,
Not really.
but we're not actually. Just feels weird to have like a random cooler back there. And we're gonna schlep it around into the clinic, and our doctor is going to show us how to inject me with all the medicine. Well, really gonna show Amber because I don't think I'm capable of injecting myself. And also we have a buttload of consent forms that we had to go through.
So many. 57 pages. Oh, there's just a bajillion. All about the risks of the drugs and the risks of the procedures and what we want to do with the eggs after we die. 57 pages of that.
Lots of if this happens and all this can happen to you, and if you're Kelly, you think everything's going to happen to you.
I had to read her all the side effects of all the drugs.
Every side effect.
And so now she's going to think she has all of them.
Yes. It's a little bit of an issue I have. I'm just scared, you know, like I'm injecting some weird medicine into my body. And there's potential side effects of those things, and it just really freaks me out.
They're also going to kind of have a surgery when they do the egg retrieval.
Yeah, I never had one of those either.
I mean, they're not cutting you open, so that's good.
No, but I've never been under before.
Right.
So that's kind of creepy. I mean, I know it's like people have survived, you know, anesthesia and everything, but it's just a little scary to think about if you've never had it before. Like, I don't know.
But I recently heard from a friend who had an egg retrieval done. Their clinic didn't offer anesthesia for the egg retrieval, so you should be at least a little grateful that it's an option.
Yeah, I'd be...
Or we probably wouldn't be doing it.
I wouldn't be able to. I'm sorry.
I don't think I would be able to.
I love you, and, like, I want this to happen, but, like, if our doctor said, yeah, you're going in, and I'm not giving you any kind of anything, and I'm just going to shove this big old needle into your ovaries, I'd be like, no, you're not. No,
cancel.
Thank you. We're gonna cancel this.
We'll adopt.
We'll adopt some little babies. This is fine.
Oh, we're gonna find out if Kelly starts getting stabbed today. Like, we were debating on the way down, because Kelly's past her ovulation according to her ovulation tracker, but it doesn't make any sense because you start the stimulation drugs before you ovulate. But then we read in the consent forms that the birth control is supposed to regulate her, not regulate her cycle, but so much as like, basically when she started the birth control, it was putting a set frame on her cycle so the doctor would know exactly when we were supposed to start the drugs.
I'm just listening to what she says.
Yeah.
She knows when my period was. The last time I was in there was during my period, and from that date she said, okay, you come in on this day. And that's when we're going to start the... well, she didn't actually say if I was starting the injections today, so that's why we're wondering that. But she did say you're coming in on this day with your medication to get trained on it with your consent forms. So that's what we're doing today. And then we will be back on Friday. Friday for more torturing Amber. Happy Valentine's Day to my wife.
I better get a big present. I also just remembered vaguely that she said something about checking my ovulation at the last appointment. She said something about bringing me in to check my ovulation, and then if it didn't look the way she wanted it to, then she was gonna check it with medication. Do you remember that?
Nope.
We'll have to ask her again. I thought that this whole process would just be like about Kelly for a while, but we seem to be pretty much taking turns with all these tests.
Which, I mean, she's probably just making sure everything is good on your part. Because maybe she feels like, why am I going to focus on Kelly's part and then Amber's uterus isn't good for all this?
Yeah, but my part's later.
Right, but she should at least...
She doesn't know that yet.
She needs to check out and make sure that you have a good oven for the bun.
Yeah. First
Because
you gotta
if-
make some buns.
Because she said earlier that if you're not a good oven, then we have to come up with a whole new plan. So she's probably like interchangeably checking us out to make sure everything's good.
I guess. Just think if you were doing this on your own, all of these tests would be on you.
But, no. I don't want that. I probably would have been like, yeah, no, new plan. But then again, you know, nobody wants to see Kelly pregnant because, I don't know. I don't think anybody could handle me, truly.
I don't think there's a person out there, no.
I am not fun to be around when I am sick. So, I mean, I've never been pregnant, but I attribute pregnancy to, like, having a cold times 100. So, yeah, I'm just not gonna, that's just not my thing. I'm just one of those people that it does not excite me in the least bit. But yeah. So that's about it, huh?
I think so.
Well, we will update after the appointment. Hopefully, I'll still be awake. Let's say goodbye then.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey everybody. As you can see, it's a new day. We went to the doctor's yesterday, a couple seconds ago for you. After the appointment, we had to rush home, and then I went right to work. I was late by an hour. We didn't get to tell you about the appointment. As soon as we got back in the car, Kelly went to sleep because she hadn't slept at all after work and before our appointment. She just stayed awake. So she slept the whole way home. I dropped her off so she can get some more sleep, and then I went to work, and I was about an hour late. I already knew I'd be a little late. I let the girls at work know. So just to let you know how our appointment went, Kelly got a follicle scan. So when we went in, they put us in a room, and there was a gown, and they took her vitals. So we asked if she was getting a sonogram today, and they said yes, a sonogram and blood work. So that was a surprise. Kelly didn't complain, even though I don't think anyone likes surprise sonograms. So first she had her blood draw, which, if you guys, I wish I would have filmed it. I had taken a picture like when she first sat down, and then I stopped paying attention and I looked over and blood just squirted out of her arm, guys. It was insane. It was the nurse said that she felt a lot of pressure in there. So she said the needle was pushing, or her blood was pushing the needle out. And her blood pressure wasn't that high. I'm not really sure what happened, but it's like a scene from a movie. The blood just like came out a little bit, and then I think the nurse panicked and just pulled the needle out of her arm because the tube was already full, so she was good. But without putting that little gauze pad on, so when she pulled the needle out, it went really high and just fell onto the floor. I mean, it was scary for Kelly. She wasn't even paying attention. She didn't see any of it until the nurse said something, and she looked down and her arm had a line of blood running down. But she was okay. So then we got ushered into the sonogram room, and the doctor was talking about how we should have a sperm donor already, and we told her that we were waiting for the genetic test, and then she said that she was talking to them, and she's also very upset that our genetic testing wasn't in yet. So she was trying to figure out what the delay was on that, because I've been really stressed because we can't get our sperm donor without the genetic testing, and we need our sperm donor ordered by a specific date or we miss our window for doing this month, which is good to know now if we're going to miss it, because then Kelly doesn't have to start the stims. But it would be a little bit of a pain if she took all these medications and then couldn't get an egg retrieval anyway. So then we had Kelly's sonogram, and as soon as it started, the doctor said, "This is a cyst." And Kelly and I don't know what a cyst is. We're just like, oh, okay. I mean, I've heard of them. I know vaguely what they are, but I don't know what kind of role they play in how we move forward in our process. And I certainly didn't know how serious it was. A lot of people are telling me that they've had cysts before and it's no big deal. They have kids. I guess it just depends on how many and how often you get them. How big they are. The doctor said that Kelly's was really small, but it blocked her entire right ovary in the ultrasound. We couldn't see anything. Just a big black mass. So it was scary, but whenever the doctor doesn't seem concerned, I try not to seem concerned. I figure she knows a lot more than I do. So they're crazy. Look at this. Get him. So, it turns out that the cyst was small enough that the doctor wasn't concerned. She thinks that it should go away on its own in 2 weeks. So, her recommendation was to continue birth control for 2 more weeks, and hopefully that'll help the cyst go down and disappear. And then starting on the 24th, we'll go on the 24th would be our next appointment to see if the cyst is gone. And then I guess she would be wanting to start stims on that weekend. That would put us at March 12th or 13th for egg retrieval. On the 13th or the 14th of March, we're going up to Boston for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. And we'll see how that plays out. We'll still be going, because Kelly really, really wants to go, no matter what she says, but how she feels will just depend on whether we go out on Friday or Saturday. It's a 6-hour drive. I took this from Bear. This is our pineapple. We got this for Annie for her birthday. We got the pineapple because it represents fertility. It's adorable. Bear is very patiently waiting for it right now. But she will not stop squeaking it. She's driving me crazy. Do you want this? Do you want this pineapple? And that's how we're going to finish our video. So I'm getting a biopsy of my uterus on Valentine's Day. Now I'm getting barked at. And on the 24th, we're going to find out where we're at with the rest of everything. So I guess that's it. My dogs are driving me crazy. They're driving me crazy. I have the pineapple again. Bear will not stop squeaking, so I guess she wants to play, so I'm going to go play with them. So if you want to follow along on our journey and you followed along so far, please hit subscribe. If you click the little bell notification, it'll tell you every time we post a video. We don't have a set time or days for videos yet, but we probably will as we get more consistent. If you liked this video, just hit like underneath, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, you can get more real-time updates. Our Instagram name is @AmberandKellyTTC, all one word. Alright guys, you have a good day. I'm gonna go play with these dogs. Bye.